Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
All right, please note that the language and ideas presented on the show might not be suitable for everyone. If you're under 18, make sure your mom isn't around. If you're over 80, why is your mom around?
You're listening to Cyrus Says.
Okay, on Cock and Bull, our show which looks at what's happening this week, last week, and a few weeks before that as well, we discuss all kinds of things with Mae and Amit Doshi, the voice of reason. Oh, that's me.
Why follow your auntie's advice when you can follow Cyrus Says on Facebook and Twitter to stay updated about the latest shows?
Okay, so I was on a budget airline. No, it wasn't personal. The bloody client didn't have money. But the point is that the experience on the budget airline is even worse than the terrible experience on normal airlines. And that is because of constraints of space. Now, I ask all the air stewardesses, and I say this with great respect. My mom was one in the 60s. Can you not touch me, no matter how attractive you are, when I'm sleeping? Can you not touch me? Is it possible for you not to touch me? If I'm sleeping, just leave me alone. Do not hold me. Do not poke me. Do not tap me on this aggressively on the wrist and say, sir, please just don't leave me alone. This is just my humble request to everybody who passes me by when I'm on an airline. Just leave me alone. In any case, you charge for food and water, so what the hell? It's called Cyrus Says.
And that's what Cyrus says.
All right, so as we start Cyrus Says, episode 1,002.5, I want to just ask you a question, which I ranted just now, which is, why do they touch you when you're sleeping on an airline?
I do not know the answer to that.
You mean when they wake you up for food and stuff?
Yes, why?
Oh.
Why? I mean, like, seriously, it's not that difficult
You're
if
not
I'm
a
asleep.
growing child, you know, where you need your six meals.
In a 2-hour flight, if I'm asleep during meal service, let me sleep.
And if it left at 6 in the morning, maybe he needs his sleep. You know, I mean, think about it.
That's true, but I want to, sometimes I want to be able to eat. I'm hungry and I'm passed out.
Okay,
Sometimes
if it's a budget airline and they're charging you on top of that, why are they waking me up?
Oh, screw that.
I don't understand, because now
In
I have to pay
Emirates
for
or
being woken up.
something?
I'm being paid. I'm paying money to be woken up. It just hurts me on so many levels.
It's just nonsensical. I mean, it makes who wants to. First, I don't want to eat anything that they have to offer on a short flight.
It's
I don't
not
want
the
to eat
Oberoi,
anything that they offer.
No, but on like an Emirates flight, if you're going like 6 hours, I want to be woken up.
On a longer flight, maybe to an extent. Short flights, no.
Have they not heard of the famous saying, let sleeping dogs lie?
Yeah.
You see a sleeping dog, you don't wake him up. He'll normally bite you. Don't do that. You don't wake people up.
Do you bite people when they wake you up?
I get very angry. Firstly, I wake up like I'm a Zen trained warrior. So when I'm touched, I wake up. I've already taken on a Nelson and held her neck tight, and she's almost dead. Okay, because she's woken me up. The point, it's true. So don't wake me up, but that's me being a trained medieval soldier. But even normal people, I'm saying it's just a terrible experience. I've seen people, and then they poke you 2-3 times in the rib and all. Sir, little louder, sir. And then the guy wakes up and he's all groggy and drunk and all that. And he's like, sir, food. And then with bad breath, he'll go, kya hai, kapsin kya hai? You know, it's just a pathetic display of humanity. The whole experience is painful for people watching.
I would agree with that. I see no reason for it.
Short flights, I understand. But long flights, I mean...
What is a long shot? There's no logic to a long shot. I'm sleeping.
For a long flight, I get
it. For a long flight.
You can eat later. You've got hours. They can bring the food to you later.
I don't disagree with that. But then that's an efficiency issue, right?
Really? I mean, they're working so hard there on that damn flight carrying a tray. Okay? You're carrying a bloody tray. I can carry the tray. You sit in my chair for half an hour.
I absolutely agree with this idea of dropping this mealtime stuff so that you can eat whenever the hell you want to. But that's not what they do. But if they would do that, I would love it. I think that would be good.
I think just keep the food in front of me on a self-service bar like that and just give it to me. I'll just open it myself when I feel like.
So, you know what would be optimal is they just give you a freaking sandwich, right? Just give you a sandwich, pack it up, put it in the thing, eat it whenever you want to.
I want them to fall asleep, then I want to go wake them up. That's what I want. I wait with my eyes open. I'm waiting for them to fall asleep so I can wake them up.
Can I just tell you, I don't necessarily see this as bad as you guys are making it out.
Okay, let's move on to serious topics because now you've exhausted me.
So I have the most serious topic ever because I feel like this is the best opportunity I've had to mock people who like astrology in the longest time.
Your cynicism is amazing. Your cynicism personified.
It's not
you represent the Mr. Cynicism of the world.
It's not cynicism per se, right? It's just
if we don't have astrology,
he basically has no tolerance for ridiculous people.
If we don't have the romance of the myth, if the myth is not out there that we can be better people thanks to God and somebody else and good luck. Right. How do we survive?
Be
because
better
when you look
people.
at yourself,
just be better people. You don't need
That's not possible.
You don't need astrology and stupid freaking science to tell you that.
It gives you that false hope that your life will actually get better. That's what we told people when we built Navi Mumbai. Have you seen what it's like?
I think your life has gone. Well, so for the first time in 2,000 years, NASA has updated the star signs.
2,000 years?
In 2,000 years. Well, I guess NASA wasn't around 2,000 years ago.
What it means the calendar has been updated. The astrological calendar, yeah.
But NASA's been around for a while. They could have updated it
Some
earlier.
of the people working there look like they're 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
40% of them are Indian origin people?
Oh, really?
I don't think that's true.
I've just made it up.
Yeah.
Wow, I totally believe
I like the way you
it.
said, oh, really?
It sounds truthy, right?
It sounded right.
It
totally
sounds
makes sense.
Scientists, NASA, it must be Indian.
Yeah, it must be.
I
It
guess
makes
that's
sense.
fine.
And 2,000 years old. Sounds like an Indian at a job. Just won't give it up.
But so apparently 86% of the people were been living under the wrong horoscope. So all of you guys who listened to horoscopes and thought they were true for somebody else. The other 1/12 of the population that you were not.
Oh, damn. It's like the earth has moved a few degrees, so the countries have changed.
Yeah. So I am apparently no longer an Aquarian. I'm a Capricorn.
What is your birth? What is
January
your date?
21st.
Jan 21st.
So that used to be Aquarian and that is now Capricorn.
So you went from the most individualistic of all signs to
I have no idea.
the most pragmatic of all signs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Capricorn's
Not bad.
super
Pragmatic.
Super pragmatic. So you are no longer a Capricorn.
I'm a Sagittarian.
You're
I'm
No, what is your
December
date?
December
First date.
17th.
Oh,
Sev-
December 17th. Okay.
So you were...
Oh, you are December 17th.
Yeah.
So you're still Sagittarius.
Yes!
You survived the
I
deluge.
survived!
Yes.
I
You're
survived!
still a
I'm
Saggy.
still a ridiculous Sagittarian.
But apparently August 7th, which is my birth date,
August 7th
is a
is now-
central Leo, right in the middle.
Is now a Cancer.
I'm now a Cancer, which my wife will agree immediately. not a very sensitive joke to make, but yeah.
Yeah, but I love this. I think that this is so great. I mean, like all these people were listening to all of this different astrology stuff, and now it all means nothing.
Yeah.
Because what you were listening to and what you thought was right is actually you were listening to somebody else's horoscope. It's not even your own damn horoscope.
Except for me. Everything was right for me.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Because it's all about me.
So astrology is true for people born on December the 17th and nobody else.
And nobody else.
17th and 18th. We've got like 2
By the
days,
way,
which are okay.
I do share my birthday, I think. Oh no, Brad Pitt's on the 18th.
Okay, will you think out your
Sorry.
thought fully and then
So-
tell us? I'm just waiting here for half sentences.
So if
Wow,
Brad
but-
Pitt's on the 18th, he is no longer a Sagittarius.
Brad Pitt has left the building.
No, December 18th, 17th onwards is Sagittarius. December
Brad
17th
Pitt is
not
back in the building. He's on the ground floor.
You know,
I
you
know.
could also be part of the new sign, which is Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus. If you say it fast, it sounds like bad language which should be used on this show.
I think we
Ophiuchus.
should-
That's what the audience is saying to us.
Fucus.
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 Fucus. Fucus.
Fucus.
In North
I
Korea, they
will
say
not
fuku. In South
produce
Korea, they say
myself to
fukas.
take part in this right now.
Okay, I just want to understand one thing. So now there are 13 signs.
So
according to
maybe
you?
you could be an Ophiuchus too. It's because Ophiuchus is November 29th to December 17th, and Sagittarius is December 17th
I'm a
to
cusp
January
between
20th.
Ophiuchus and Sagittarius.
Ophiuchus.
That means Elvis is now a Sagittarian, and Elvis was a Capricornian. God, the whole changes history.
No, Capricorn's in Jan.
Alexander was Gemini, born June 3rd, June 7th.
I'm a
Okay.
cusp.
Alexander
I'm a
become?
cusp
June
between Ophiuchus and
7th
Sagittarius.
is-
is the word.
Yeah, June 13th. Alexander
June
June 13th.
13th is a Taurus, but June 13th was 2,000 years ago. So 2,000 years ago, this was accurate.
Right, you are right.
You know, it is the fact that these signs, these stars have shifted a little bit. The
okay.
alignment has shifted compared to the Gregorian
The
calendar.
last time I heard a star shift was when Govinda left Andheri and moved to Juhu, but didn't move the country that much. That decision.
But,
Oh my
okay, so
God.
I had my little fun at the expense of the idiots who listen
Okay,
to
but I'm a little
astrology.
upset now because I really like being a Leo. I just like the idea
Why
of
do
being...
you care?
Because I feel like
Call
a lion.
yourself- so
Let me tell
call
you about the
yourself a
lions.
Leo.
Let me tell you about the lion culture. What do lions do? They hunt twice.
Yeah.
Then they mate.
Right.
And then they lie on their back and do nothing.
so what is
And
the-
they eat first.
Okay.
This is my life. This is what I want.
So I get that. And what stops you from calling yourself a Leo?
This damn
thing.
Fucus.
Even
This
for me-
Fucus of
What
yours.
makes
No.
this any more valid than you calling yourself a Leo?
I'm going to
Wait a
invent my
minute.
own star sign. I'm going to change everything now.
For
That's
me,
what I'm saying. Call yourself a Leo.
I'm
From now on,
awesome.
I'm a gorilla.
Sagittarius. By the way,
I'm a gorilla.
I'm a gorilla.
All right,
By
that
the way,
works.
Sagittarius. And I'm a centaur. I'm half horse, half human, and I'm an archer.
That's
I choose.
horse. What did you say?
I'm half horse.
Horse. Okay. Time to move away from this topic.
Yes.
You guys are so mean.
No, because we can't hear. You're so far away from me. As
I can be closer if you want me to be closer.
there's no song like that. Now, topics for the day. We've got. Listen, we
Topics
haven't
for
even
the day.
started.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah,
lots of
we-
interesting
we-
topics.
let's talk about Kapil Sharma.
May, your thoughts on Kapil Sharma?
So actually, I'm so
BMC
sorry.
issue.
I didn't know much about this. Amit was telling me about it a little earlier.
Okay, May, I want to understand you now. Forget the
Okay.
science for a minute. You live in Bombay and you interact with society.
Technically, you think I don't live in Bombay. I live in Andheri.
I can't. I'm trying to understand, is there like a Facebook community who lives alone and they only talk amongst themselves?
I
And have no
basically
idea
don't
what's
care.
happening.
This is the hipster population.
It is the hipster
The
population.
hipster
One of my
population
kids are
is
going to be like
not
this.
so.
Are you saying I'm
So
a
we have-
hipster?
we have
I mean,
nu-
like you
nuclear
live-
war in the background and they have no idea.
There's some things which
I know
like,
about
so
war.
you're
I just
a-
don't care about Kapil Sharma.
You're a generally well-informed person, but there are some things which it's just like you have never heard of, and that's like sometimes really, really surprising, right? Like you have not heard about this.
Can I
whole
tell
Kapil
you
Sharma
something?
thing before.
Amit, you're like complimenting me and insulting me at the same time.
That's
It's
what we
beautiful.
do.
But I'm glad. At least he does that. You don't even do that.
That's what
At
I'm
least
a
he's-
you. You know what you goes through every day? You have no idea. I used to be a Leo. I'm a you.
He's like,
How can I
Amit's so
proudly tell
sweetly
people I'm a us?
puts his point across. Thank you. I am relatively well informed, but I have my moments.
Okay, let's get to the point. Kapil Sharma, the great comedian who earns crores of rupees, I'm not jealous at all, actually built a bungalow somewhere in Andheri and got the BMC to, get his work done, right?
Right.
How do you put this correctly? Get his work done.
Adjustment.
At some point, one of them asked him for a bribe of 5 lakhs. Which apparently is first time ever happened. I've never heard of it before.
Never.
So he tweeted the Prime Minister amongst other important influential people that he knows and said, "Ye achhe din, ye aapke achhe din ka concept tha," some words to that effect. Almost sarcastic and I thought a little arrogant. The tweet.
No, absolutely.
All the way up to the PM.
Basically, it's an exercise of privilege, right? I mean, like
Exercise
the
of
fact that you
privilege,
feel that, I mean, like, but the actually, you know what? The exercise of, not so much of an exercise of privilege because any of us can like tweet at the PM and like, kind of
The PM
get
tweets
this,
back.
but getting the
The
response.
Chief Minister immediately came to the site wearing one of those top hats. Yeah.
What did he say back?
He said that the rate is correct for the month. No. It's not exactly that. Okay. Now, here's two sides of the coin quickly. One is that obviously there's rampant corruption in not just the BMC, but all the public works departments across India. And the second thing is, who the hell are you to think that, you deserve a special treatment or whatever? So
Right.
both sides to look at it. So now, Mae, I've told you what's happened. Now, as a lay person, give me your reaction.
Why special
He was
treatment?
upset. He was upset about
You're
being-
upset and because you had to...
justified?
No, but you're saying special treatment. Special treatment one way.
No,
you
no,
shouldn't
so
have
as
to
in
like
he
pay
He's
is
for
saying,
it.
why should I be... How can they ask me for a bribe?
After I pay
This
15
is
crore
your-
rupees in tax.
he's asked the
He uses this kind of language. He says, I pay 15 crores in tax and after that I have to do
And
this.
he spoke about Achhe Din and said, is this your concept of Achhe Din that you were talking about? Where's your Achhe Din? They're still asking us for bribes. That trying to say that you've done nothing with the bureaucracy. It's still as
Yeah.
bad as it was with the
Before.
Congress or previous governments.
Okay, so you're saying that no one has any right to like tweet at the PM to say that I have to pay a bribe right now?
Okay, now Mae, I've lost you. I've lost
No,
you.
you're
I
not
can't
wrong. You're not wrong.
understand.
He has the right to tweet it, right?
If I
But-
tweet at the PM to say
No,
that
so
I
I'm
have
saying he's
you will
angry.
never get a response.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
That is true.
Because I am but
so-
lowly Mae and I'm
Guys,
not
can we
Kapil
get back
Sharma.
to the point here, which is very simple? Is he in the right or wrong?
To
Who's
tweet
in
at
the right? And,
Well, I think-
tweet
now
at the PM.
BMC wanted a bribe, clearly. Somebody in the BMC. Our friend got upset in a socially justified manner
So
and
I
said
don't know that he's
want...
wrong.
Can I tell you? I think you have every right to tweet at
I
whoever
don't think
you
he's
want.
wrong, but
What's
I think
wrong
he's a
with-
fool.
Yeah, I think that's idiotic. There are better ways in which to like.
No,
put your point.
especially if you're Kapil Sharma.
Or is he being naive? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not being naive at all. I mean, like he is being. I mean, like all this other stuff has happened now, right? Where all his other offices and stuff like that, illegal extensions are
No,
there.
then they threw the book at him.
Yeah.
Out of,
Yeah, of
out
course they
out
did.
of revenge
Yeah.
and pettiness, they threw the book at him
So
immediately.
isn't it a little short-sighted of him as an individual to think that this is a good thing to do? It's a
Having
dumbass
said
thing
that,
to do.
It's a
Isn't
dumbass
it
thing to
odd that we
do.
still live in a
Realizing that he's
country
good.
where bribes are par for the course?
Yeah, it is. That's how that is life. I mean, like
May say something, you're from
that's-
outside India.
I think you have every right to make a hoo-ha, but when you know that you've got like shit that
Yeah.
you're doing, then
It's
you're
dumb to
screwed.
do
You're
it.
dumb.
No, but it's actually the thing is very it's very odd the way things are structured in terms of bureaucracy in India. So what happens is there's so many rules that everything is wrong. So it's very simple
That's
for them
actually
to
a really
catch
good
you.
way of putting it.
Everything
you're
is
right.
wrong. If you move a pot seat 5 feet in your own house, they can come and tell you it's wrong. All right? There's something in the rule book. The rule book is designed for corruption. So the point is that we've got a very bad system in place. There's nothing we can do.
No, we do have a bad
That's why
system.
we quietly just bend our heads and do what we're told to do.
I agree with you. We have a bad system in place, but having the system is bad. It is bad because there is participation on all ends. It's not as if like these guys are asking for bribes and nobody is paying them bribes. People are paying them bribes also, right? So now, in this case, Kapil Sharma has obviously had stuff happen earlier, right? You don't get to extend your offices and stuff like that without paying up. I mean, like we know this stuff. All of us know this stuff, right? So that means that there have been things done at some point in time that whether they've been done by him personally, but they've been done in his name, And now at this point to now take a stand saying that, hey, no bribe, this, that, you know, I mean, like, it comes off a little...
Off the record, I got some inside information that they charged him a lot more because he's friends with Navjot Singh Sidhu.
That makes sense to me.
Know, that's the reason.
I think...
Who's that?
5. Who's that? Okay. Mae, I want you to do your own show. Wow. It's called Identify the
This
Person.
will be another one of those
serious?
areas of like non-knowledge.
What more can that poor guy do? He's gone party hopping. He was like a famous cricketer. He's on all the channels and he's one of the biggest names in the country in terms of publicity.
The guy that shouts a lot.
Well, that's a lot of people. You are right.
You mean Arnab Goswami?
He laughs a lot.
He's the Sardar, the
yeah.
ex-cricketer.
Famous cricketer.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
And member of parliament.
My bad.
Who's now just left the BJP and started his own
listen,
Awaz-e-Pakistan, by the way. Who would think that Navjot Singh Sidhu's party would be called Awaz? I mean, why would that come from that connection?
My brain...
Just a little
my
bit of
brain,
noise.
the blood in my brain is not functioning. I'm very hungry right now, okay?
It's fun. It's fun like that. Because you play the bimbet, even though you're not, it works for me.
I know. I'm so not a bimbet, and I just forgot who Sidhu
and
was.
small-minded that if anybody makes a mistake, I'm like a hawk.
I know you
then
do.
I won't let it go for hours.
I feel
I
like
have no friends.
That's why I'm saying Amit is so sweet to say you are well informed, but right
he's doing
now
Mark
you're...
Anthony on you. He's doing a Mark Anthony. He starts, friends, Romans, countrymen. He means something else. He wants to
I was
screw
thinking
you.
Mark Anthony
Not
like
screw you, but you know what I mean.
I've come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
And then he does exactly the
I know.
opposite.
Yes.
Why are we telling her like she's 8?
Because
She's studied all this.
she's demonstrated a certain lack of
she's just playing her
awareness
role.
today.
Yeah.
So
But listen,
Guys.
if you're knowledge constraints that you don't know, if you're knowledge
Basically, I deserve to be ragged. Is that what you're trying to say right now?
If your constraints that you don't know Navjot Singh Sidhu and Kapil Sharma, I don't know if such a bad
I know who
word.
Kapil Sharma is. I just didn't know about this
Okay,
BMC
let's move on.
Okay.
This endemic of corruption continues and it'll never change, let's face it. Mr. Cynicism, any words?
No.
Pay your bribe, move on, get your work done. There's no other option.
Or don't pay your bribe and then
don't get your work done.
deal with that. I mean, you can still get your work done without bribery. It just takes more effort.
Don't complain
to
to
the
the principal.
Don't
complain to the
I think that is
principal.
the thing. Especially don't complain to the principal if you just piss up
People
and
in
down the
glass
floor.
houses shouldn't throw those big boulders at people wearing
That
bras.
would be exactly
something
it.
like that.
Something like okay, that sounds like a good this. All right, the next thing I got is
the Paralympics.
We could do Paralympics.
Now, I want to ask you a question here. This is a slightly sensitive question, but you see, the Paralympics we already got 4 counting and rowing medals. Mm-hmm. We got only 2 in the conventional Olympics is the right word.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So people were making these jokes during the rounds. We should send the Paralympic team to the Olympics.
Right.
I ask you, is this an insensitive comment or is this a piece of satire? Mae, in the words of Arnab Goswami, you have 30 seconds.
I don't
And
know.
you're done.
Now you have 20.
Yeah. And it's over. I don't
No,
know.
come on.
That's a little bit
See,
cruel to say that.
but you look
Come
at it-
on. You can't say every athlete,
But
whether
the
you're
intent is
Paralympian or
The
not.
intent is to put the microscope on our sporting performance as a 1.2 billion country and a country which is an emerging country in terms of economic power. We're not as bad as we used to be. We are an emerging country. There's no doubt about that. These parts of the
That's
country are
true.
really growing. So, with that and the talent pool that you have of so many people, 2 medals is not very good. When you think of Barbados is 150,000, they got 3. So it's a bit ridiculous. So, in that context, when you look at Paralympics, not as a piece of comedy, but you actually did better there. You know what I'm saying? When you spin it this way, it makes little sense.
It's
It's a joke.
It's a joke. But it's a little cruel.
You're just scared to say it because in the
So
world we
here's-
live in,
No, it is.
probably
It is
incorrect.
not fair. I
No,
mean,
so
it's
it's
not
not
like
fair, but
the Olympians who
why
went
does-
there didn't work hard at what
No
they're
one's talking
doing.
about that. We're talking about the performance. It's not about the individual per se. People are doing what they can.
Why does this have to be like this particular? Why can't it just be a joke? It's just a joke. I mean,
It
is.
I think we're too touchy.
Yeah, it's just a joke, right?
I had this guy on an interview. Sorry, cut. I had this guy on an interview who was deaf and dumb, and we did an interview with him some time back. And he was a writer. I can't remember. He was an artist, and he said the biggest problem, and you'll hear this cliche all the time, is that why don't people just treat us normally? If you want to make a joke about my thing, just make it. It's not insensitive. Just be normal with me. And that would be like the nicest thing you could do. But everybody patronizes them and talks to them in a certain way, makes them feel funny. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if you just treat them the way you treat anybody else, maybe you're doing them a better service than this
agree with that.
ridiculous,
I agree,
we can't say that, that's very touchy, after all they're handicapped and words like that.
That's bullshit. I think for 3-4 years I was working in the disability department when I was in the UK in college, and I had the best time. And they had the most, and they can be the cruelest people. They have like the cruelest
That's what I'm saying.
jokes.
Also, I mean, we shouldn't be so afraid of joking about anything at all, right? right? Because, I mean, I get that the joke, but I mean, like,
is there malice involved is the question. The intent is to put people down in a malicious way, or is it just to make a point about something else?
Yeah, exactly.
Or is it sometimes just a joke? Like sometimes I stand in front of the mirror, put 2 fingers in one nostril and put 4 on the other.
Exactly.
And people find
it's just funny. There's nothing.
My maid, God bless her soul, she died after watching it.
Yeah, I mean, like,
4 fingers up one nostril. That is a para.
It's part of the Olympics tradition. For Greco-Roman wrestling, 48 kg class is what they do. Sometimes the opponent's nostril, but it's fun.
All right, so I guess we have no resolution on that.
We're done. We have decided, the liberals here.
Yes.
We have decided in our egalitarian way.
Everyone can joke about everything.
Everyone can joke about everything.
All is fair in love, war, and humor.
And there's going to be absolutely no comeback on that, and nobody is ever going to like give you shit for the fact that you joke about Paralympics.
Well, I hope not. God. Okay. Others have to go to that country. England, is it? Where you went? Did that work? Is it liberal? Is it free? It used to be. Then they met Europe.
They're the most. They try to be so.
Now they're trying to get out for the last few months.
Yes, they have.
Topic number 3.
Let's see. We got Mia Khalifa, the porn
This is a
star.
very sad story. I don't know if it's Mia Khalifa though. I've not done my research because I don't watch porn anymore. I only do audio. After the podcast, for me, it's all audio. So I listen to porn. Because I want to be in that world where I can use those right senses. Which includes
that makes
neck
sense to me.
upwards only.
No, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
We should start creating.
You're just happy that he's supporting the medium.
That's what I'm saying, right?
First,
all audio is good.
God bless Mia Khalifa. She's a fantastic actress. I have seen her work.
Okay.
I've not seen her complete works, but I've seen her works.
Okay.
Pretty good stuff. But this story that you referred to is about a porn actress who may or may not be Mia Khalifa wearing wearing hijab. While
doing a porn shoot.
Well, acting in a movie is the right thing.
Sure.
To say.
Okay.
And so, of course, she got a lot of flack and apparently a lot of death threats for doing that.
But this keeps happening. Actually, you know what?
Now, you've lived in the Gulf, so I think your opinion will be more important than ours.
Actually, this is really interesting because parallelly to this, have you heard of Kandil
There's no
Baloch?
such word as parallelly, but I'm going to let it go.
Oh, so close. So close, guys.
You're
killing me.
In the interest of
You've made up words on numerous occasions.
I'm the biggest fraud in the world. You have no idea. In Hindi, I've actually done interviews where I've made up words. Actually made up words because my Hindi is really bad. But I think if you get a 4-syllable Hindi word, nobody will argue with you. For example, let's make it up right now.
Yeah.
Paritan Heart. And the guy will look at you. Who's going to call my bluff? It's Farsi. Just go for 4 syllables. No one can call your bluff. Parallelly. You're right.
Have you heard of Kandil Baloch? The Pakistani model actress.
Yeah, of course.
So
who got killed?
Oh, similar thing. She was
terrible.
a model actress, and she did that thing. I'll do a striptease for Shahid Afridi. Yeah, if Pakistan win the T20 against India. So and she was killed by her own brother because she was bringing disrepute to the family.
Because she had this fashion blog which was a super hit.
It was,
and obviously very liberal in its views and all. Yeah, well, it's ridiculous. This is the kind of people out there. You have people like Amit and me, the milk of human kindness, people who hug beggars on the road and then take their money. And then you have these kind of people, these evil people.
But again, women. It's where are men basically killed for disrepute of the family? It's women.
Listen,
it's always women.
I think the whole concept of God is from man. Okay? Because the whole idea is to subjugate women. If you look at religion, sometimes it's all about subjugating women. So as far as I'm concerned, we start the world all over again with this new astrology sign that you've come up with.
I love that.
Being mine, and we let women rule the world this time. Give them a chance because men screwed it up. As far as I'm concerned, men suck.
That's true.
The worst
I
ever.
agree. Thank you for that, guys.
Performance has been terrible.
No
Mr. Cynicism will agree with me on this.
No argument here. I mean, that says.
If you study the great philosophers, Western and Indian and Chinese, they'll all come to the same conclusion that acquisitive nature of human beings, which is basically the male, is the cause of all our problems. Everything comes down to that. The desire to acquire. And unfortunately, we can't change that.
That's very. You think that's a very masculine.
Or take out their fingers so they can't hold things. But I don't know. Acquisitive nature has to stop. And how do you stop it? Penicillin doesn't work.
You use the word nature. I mean, that's who we are.
Or natur, as we say in Gujarat. Should we do a quick break? Then we'll come back and talk some more. Now we're getting too heavy. I'm getting worried.
Yeah,
Next thing I know, I think we'll have to do drugs to get through this program. Forget the person listening. Who's probably already on it.
Hello there, my name is Naveen Narona, and as a gay person in India, I get asked a lot of stupid questions.
Beta, is it LGBT or eligibility?
How do 2 men procreate?
Bro, is Grindr better than Tinder or what?
We answer all these questions and much more on my podcast, Keeping It Queer, where I talk to individuals from the LGBT community in India and learn about their personal stories. Catch all the episodes on the IVM podcast app or any other podcasting app you like. Till then, keep it queer.
Back here on Cyrus Says, used to be my show, but after the astrological debacle that we've been
It's
through,
now the Ophiuchus show?
because I'm Cancer, so Cancer can't do the show. It has to be a Sagittarian.
Really?
So May, we anoint you as leader.
Thank you.
So you can take us through the next portion.
So my next big gripe is Coldplay coming to India. Right? They want to do this. It's part.
I stopped listening to music after the Beatles, so you need to understand I have no interest.
That's fine. Coldplay, very popular
Coldplay
band,
is good,
British
man.
band.
You should listen to Coldplay.
They're all poor imitations from the Monkeys downwards of the Fab Four from Liverpool.
Dude, why don't you then start talking about rugs and stuff like that? Because everything is
Are you discussing the money issue here?
Yeah, well, the whole issue of this, like, they want, so global citizens do free gigs all across the world with big artists like Jay-Z and Alicia Keys or Coldplay or whoever it is, to be able to get people to come for the gigs and raise awareness for, like, poverty, global issues, and whatever it is. So Coldplay were going to come here to do a free gig, which is impossible in India. They are coming in November, performing at MLRD and BKC.
Cold. Yeah. Stop it. Go on.
And so they're actually selling tickets. Okay, there are two ways in which they're doing it. They're selling tickets, which is 25,000 all the way up to 5 lakhs.
5 lakhs.
Right? Which is, I could...
So at 5 lakhs, you get to go to sleep with Coldplay and have their children, right?
Yeah, I was just going to go, pretty much. I think I could do that.
And 25,000, they take the children back. Go on.
So in this Global Citizens campaign, they have this thing where you can earn the tickets, okay? So by earning it, you have to download their app, take action by making phone calls, sending emails, signing petitions, and tweeting to affect change.
It's all humanitarian sort of work that you're supposed to help create awareness of. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So can they help us with the podcast?
Maybe they could. Well, Coldplay could. We get Chris Martin to come here?
Yeah.
We might have to pay him like 5 lakhs.
No, I mean, can the general public help us?
I'd pay Chris Martin 5 lakhs to come here, but there's no way Chris Martin can come here.
They said, I'm worried if you call Chris Martin here, he won't make it here. For reasons to do with traffic, which is our next topic, by the way. So just be very careful.
That's true. But Coldplay, I mean, Chris Martin's come here before. They came in Delhi
4 or 5 times and shot a video or something.
Yeah, he shot a video in Bombay for him for the weekend, and then he also came and did like a surprise gig in Delhi in July last year.
Yeah, where they performed in the pub or something.
So I think actually for Coldplay, this is kind of a PR disaster, right?
Oh,
I mean,
it's
they should never
ridiculous.
They're one of the most popular bands in India.
I believe the same PR company is handling Arvind Kejriwal is handling them.
I think that's
and
right.
not doing such a good job. OML is it? I'm not sure. I told you. And they're Malayali boys, huh? They're Malayali boys. You need to handle this one. Be careful. What are these boys up to? What are they doing? So what's the story now? Are they coming, not coming? And
they are coming, but I mean, like, it's...
Who can pay 5 lakhs, man?
I don't know.
And who will? Suppose you can.
No, seriously, if I'm paying 5 lakhs...
Because I can go to America and watch
them
in $20,000.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
The point.
I could be the 5th Coldplay artist.
No, I mean, like, these prices are nuts, right? I mean, like, 25,000 rupees is the lowest ticket.
And there's VAT and service tax. I mean, get into that.
No, but it's crazy. You can't... I mean, like, these are more expensive than American tickets and, like, front row.
That's my point. I would have gone all the way to the UK and seen them myself.
Follow me to Delhi, IIT Delhi. We can go and watch Parikrama, 1,500 rupees. Yeah. And best seats. You want to have their children, you can. They don't have any problem with that. Dr. Palash Sen on lead vocals.
Palash is from Euphoria. You're just like...
I'm not kidding.
Palash from Euphoria.
Parikrama, what's the difference? Sound the same. Come on.
I know.
All from the north. 2
bands,
10 guys. They interchange all the time. They make love. They make out. I don't know. You guys are so picky. It's because of your signs changing.
No, it's because we had Euphoria on Made in India.
I'm so
sorry. We want to make sure that people know Euphoria was on Made in India. Great episode.
Parikrama was actually a little older than them.
Yeah, no, but please go and listen to the Euphoria episode on Made in India since we had the opportunity. Sorry.
So the last words on Coldplay. Okay, the jokes apart. Are you coming? Are you going to watch the show?
No, good God, no.
I'm actually a Coldplay fan. I genuinely because I'm not willing to pay this kind of money. Yeah, I'm going to go to the UK. I'll go on tour with them for 5 lakhs. Come on. This is ridiculous.
Even 25,000. Why would it be 25,000 to watch Coldplay in a crappy...
MMRD. Yeah, and then I'm going to be standing in the back. I won't be able to see anything. I might as well see the screens.
The bijli will go off in the middle and we won't hear anything they have to say, which I don't mind then, Then I would attend.
No, it's just
I was there for Michael Jackson, by the way, way back in 96 when he stopped to urinate in Dadar. I won't tell you where.
Okay.
We were there waiting outside. MTV, we were part of the deal. In the early days with MTV, I waited for Michael Jackson. He passed me by just a few feet away, but we couldn't get a one-on-one interview with him because he was running late because he had to pee twice while coming. All the skinny
Sounds like
shoes, he had made him pee a lot. So,
every time I want to talk to you, you're always going to pee.
But I'm now in my 40s. He was then in his 11th year. for the 14th time. And I got to tell you, but it was huge. The crowd reaction when he entered and all
so
that.
bad when you said that
I'm
he was
so
then
sorry.
in his 11th. Just like,
I bet his astrological sign changed as well.
Yeah.
But again, it was very expensive tickets for the time and very, very well attended. And there was a huge,
Wait a minute, how much were the MJ tickets?
Well, you
I
can't do
wish
that
I
way.
knew
You
because
look
I
at-
want to make this.
This was
I
a
want to
long
make this
time ago.
comparison.
You look at the real value. There's no point doing that in
Whatever,
life.
even real value. Let's
The
know the
Jazia
real.
tax in Aurangzeb was just 3 rupees, which I would take any today right now. If the government said 3 rupees, I'd do Jazia. Let's bring back Jazia. I'm okay with it. Non-religious denomination different, 3 rupees. I'll pay it even if I'm the right religion. So you can't look at it that way. It's got to be about
I still
No,
want to
but
know.
I
I still, for
think,
my own, I just want to know how much were
so
those
I
tickets.
think the Michael Jackson tickets, I mean, like they varied, but they
20,000?
started, they started from like 250 rupees going all the way up to, I think,
That's it.
10,000, 12,000 rupees, something like that.
Yeah.
But
I
what about
remember
the-
Samrat,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
family was a
One of the sponsors.
one of the sponsors.
So
for that.
here's the story. The 12,000, the top denomination was the who's who, creme de la creme, or very well connected people. Nobody else. You can't. So again, the 5 lakhs will hopefully be the same.
Yeah.
But 12,000 became 5 lakhs. And it's Coldplay.
No,
it's not even Michael
So you know
Jackson.
what, if you're
who, with
saying
due respect,
two-
was
you
like
said
man
200
of
and-
different genders and
You said
voices
250
and
rupees
legs move
to
fast.
12 grand.
Yeah, so-
I'd move that to 5 grand to 25 grand. What is 25 grand to 5 lakhs?
that's
It's
fine.
exactly
Come
20 years
on.
later, by the way.
And this is Coldplay. That was MJ.
Then I come back to 3 words, OML. You take it up with them.
No, I don't think it's.
Wow.
I
I don't think
Coldplay,
it's
I don't
OML.
think Coldplay is an OML show.
Then who's the Indian partner?
No, I don't think that. So there might be
Up.
an.
Take it up with KG1. It's got to be one of them.
Should
OML
we-
or up. All these 3-letter words give trouble. OML, AAP, and MTV. All of them. I won't mention BJP in the same breath. Though. I take a
Hey,
chance on
my
that.
name's also MAE. That's also
Is it?
Are you, is that problematic?
No, it's
3
lovely.
letters?
It's lovely now that you remain Sagittarian. Topic number 4.
Let's get into the. Do we want to do the? What do you think about the whole Hillary fainting deal?
Oh, that was. I saw. You've seen it, right? Did you see the
Yeah,
shot
I
of her
saw
fainting?
it. Yeah.
From the topish
the
shot
back,
where
yeah.
she falls
Yes.
back into the bodyguard's
Yeah,
arms and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was wondering, maybe I'm wrong, and God forbid that this is true, but could it be an act? For sympathy?
No, there's
now
no sympathy.
No? As it translates.
Yeah, no,
There's
no.
sympathy, but as an idea. No?
I saw the faint, but was there something that she See, it
fell.
was, you said it
Because
was.
there's been all this nonsense going on from the Trump side and all of that about
Yeah.
her health for the last couple
Yeah,
of
yeah,
months,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
How she's sick, how she's dying of cancer, she has Parkinson's disease, all this nonsense they've been throwing out there.
Yeah. And
So-
all the problem is she's married to Bill.
Well-
and every week is the same story. I don't know where she came from. that's
You
not
don't.
really
You sound
Bill's
like an Italian.
Yeah, I sound like a Hispanic Bill who won't be allowed once Trump comes into power. Climb the wall.
No, it's really frustrating, right? I mean, like, as somebody who hates Trump and hates the idea of someone like Trump becoming more powerful
So
than he
this
is.
sense of weakness that we saw is working against her PR wise.
No, I think the problem is that what is Hillary's biggest what is the biggest issue that people have with Hillary? She keeps stuff quiet. She's too secretive.
That she's not as clean as she appears to be
She's
because of
not-
those emails. That's really what's
Exactly.
upset
So
everybody.
now, when there's been so much nonsense going on about her health, and she gets diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days before this happens, right?
Right.
And then it happens. She faints. Till now,
Why no
everything's
sympathy?
fine. But no, after this, she says, "I'm fine." She hugs some child, gets into a car, and keeps going. 5 hours later, they release the idea that she has a mild case of pneumonia. Now, this is basically playing into every single stereotype that the right wing has about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
That she hides everything, that she's a congenital liar, that she won't tell the truth no matter what.
And then you
I'll
can't
tell
hear,
you what,
then
even-
you can't
okay, so
hear her urine,
just
whatever
playing-
happens.
yeah.
Because the P is silent in pneumonia. It's an old joke. I just want to
So bad.
rehash it.
So bad on so many. No, but if we turn this around, okay, if you're saying that Trump keeps targeting her because of her health,
Right.
she admits and says that, you know what, I've been diagnosed with like a mild case of
Right.
pneumonia. You don't think that they're still gonna like trash her for
But
it?
see, the
Like,
moment
oh,
it's
see,
not
we
mild-
told you.
The moment
I
you
told you
spin
she's
it with
ill.
the word mild,
See?
again you sound like an insincere politician. If you just say pneumonia, I think it sounds
Yeah.
better.
You don't
say
think that
mild
they'll, like-
case, it's the typical.
No,
let's
but-
They will
let's
say
spin it.
pneumonia.
See,
In all this,
in
like-
politics and PR and politics, it's never about the act itself. It's always about the cover up. It's always about the cover up. And in this
You're
case,
right.
there was a cover up. She covered up the fact that she had pneumonia for more than 48 hours from the press, when there is so much controversy raging about her health.
So my point is, even if she admitted it, they'd still pounce on her.
Not to
regardless.
this degree. Now she's got her supporters angry with her. I'm angry with her. I'm a supporter. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm going to vote for her.
$27 from his fund has gone to her campaign.
I'm
22 is coming
her.
back.
You know, and I mean, like, all of her supporters are angry with her right now because this is playing into all of this bullshit that these idiots are doing.
I get what you mean by
The problem is that she's too lily white clean, squeaky clean. And
no, she's not, but she shouldn't pretend to be. She shouldn't pretend to be.
That makes sense. See, that aspect of this, like, you're not perfect.
And you must understand, I think sometimes that's a huge problem. But it's like some of our female stars. The very plasticky ones are not accepted because they're very plasticky. They appear that. And the other ones, the more raw and ready ones are accepted.
What you're talking about, this, like, her being this, trying to be squeaky clean when she's not. Trump, I think, actually plays to his imperfections.
I think he's a buffoon.
He's a buffoon, and he's just like, he knows it.
The other thing is that,
but he appears sincere because he's actually talking.
His
views as right-wing and stupid and
but that's, at the end of the day, he is being who he is.
That's what. He's happy being him.
He understands the volume game. He understands that you keep saying bullshit, lots and lots and lots and lots of bullshit. There's only so much of it that's going to get covered for only so much amount of time. And the people who I'm trying to talk to will get what I'm getting to them.
Gobels who said, you say a lie 1,000 times and then it becomes true.
I mean, like,
exactly.
No relative of mine, huh?
Yeah.
Gotta tell you that right off the bat.
But this stuff drives me mad, right? I mean, like, just the idea that...
The sad part is the ratings went down for Hillary, and that's another sign of the times. November 18th, is not that far away.
It's not that far away.
Exactly.
Honestly, it's
you can't be doing this stuff at this point. I mean, you
recording.
can't be making these mistakes right now. I mean, like...
because this is now the last, in a 2020 over match, this is the last 2 overs. This is the big one.
So
pretty much.
It still looks like Hillary will win. I mean, like...
or pneumonia will win, but not him.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, actually, you know what? I don't even know that. Let's wait what happens this week. I mean, like, let's see what the polls come out at the end of this week, right? I mean, let's see what has happened to her. But, I mean, like, this is just like...
My worry is that she's looked upon as weak as in health-wise. And people say, I don't want someone who's not strong enough to run my country.
Pneumonia is not a big deal.
What we say in Hindi, that majboot kind of sort of...
Pneumonia, honestly, it's not a big deal. You need a couple of weeks of rest and you're fine.
The picture of her looping on and on, of her falling back.
That's
just stuttering. Yeah. That's huge. That's a huge image.
And so amazing, right? So that's an image that's going to stick with us. But the fact that Donald Trump got a medical certificate from his doctor by having his driver wait outside, have that guy write the letter and sign it, and have phrases like the most healthiest president ever and stuff like that. That doesn't get... I mean,
which to get that full medical, you got to get your testicles held and you have to cough and all that. So
he wasn't even there.
The driver did that. That's the love for the leader.
I mean, like,
how many guys will have their testicles fondled for their own leader?
I have one...
You've done it. You're putting your hand up, Mae.
I want to raise one story.
What did she say?
Can I bring up a story?
Quick. Because I got to go.
I want to bring up the Cauvery issue. The Bandh in Tamil Nadu. Come on.
And here's the sad part. Here's the sad part. You make fun of cities like Patna and, cities like Azamgarh in UP and say that's the hotbed of, really poor civilization in India. And you got the wonderful Bangalore and Chennai, the 2 most progressive cities of India. With the most talent in India in terms of progressive minds and science and thought and business and culture and art and everything. I mean, if these 2 cities start looking like crap, there's no hope for us. I got to tell you that right now. And they look like crap this week.
I saw an image of this guy in Chennai who was like fighting for Tamil Nadu's rights to these 15,000 cusecs of water from Cauvery River. He set himself on fire.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, what is going on? My cousins were in Bangalore.
Okay, and don't forget about the personal grudges that get sorted out when these things happen in India. So if you have a Kannadiga population or overriding a small Tamil population, it's time to settle grudges, which are personal, over business, hotels, restaurants. All these things get settled in the guise of politics and religion, and in this case, the river, which is politics. It's just an ugly side of India. And when I see Bangalore and Chennai fall, I get scared.
It is
because
scary.
This is not those cities that we talk about. These are the cities we talk about with pride. And now once they go, we got nowhere to go. Please don't take this seriously.
Images of
Mr. Cynicism, please.
No, I take this very seriously. I think that it's
buses
insane
burning
that we have
people
these kinds of...
educated people, progressive people, liberal people, all living together, and once I don't know.
It was scary to say the least.
Well, to kind of bring stupidity into it. Well, not stupidity, but technology and
then threaten Rajni and all. I mean, what are we thinking? I will kill your icon. You will kill my icon. What?
It's ridiculous.
Desalinization. We need desalinization of water so badly. It's kind of we can't.
And I feel sometimes the center also likes to not really take a backseat sometimes. these
No,
things
they do.
happen.
They don't want to get involved.
No, but that
let
was
the
all.
kids fight.
But that's the thing. So the Supreme Court gave the government, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu governments a rap on the knuckles, saying, "What are you doing? How can you not? How can you have buns and how can you do this?" They're deploying some thousands and thousands of police personnel all across Tamil Nadu.
The learned court can be very wise, but at the end of the day, our
But no
citizens are our citizens. And we have a certain thought process, and we're just too emotive.
But it's all
always
political.
emotive.
It's nothing to
If
do
you
with
sit together
local
and think about
citizens.
it, things can always be. There's some kind of compromise can happen. Water can be shared at some level. Some
course it
unis peace
can.
will happen. But the point is, emotive reactions are just going to
You
destroy
cannot.
us.
You can't. You
And then the guy wants to set himself on fire. The other person wants to destroy somebody else. Whoever's in the minority is going to suffer more.
See, Tamil Nadu and Andhra are anyway both badly drought-prone areas, and Kerala and Karnataka do have better
India is
more
a
water.
drought-prone area. At the moment. the whole country. Let's be a little worried about that.
Yeah.
So
All this,
everybody
sharing
consume
is
less
caring,
water
people.
and stop bathing. What the hell are you doing bathing so much? Stop bathing. We anyway smell. We smell in minutes because there's so much sun. So don't waste time bathing. Just smell. Get used to the smell or put fingers in your nostril like I mentioned earlier.
With 4 fingers.
4 fingers.
Well, if you can.
We can try.
So you guys need to have more time in your hands and then more hands in your nose.
All right. So I think I want to end the show
Gagan.
with.
I've got to end with Gagan.
Okay.
Please can I end with
So
Gagan?
we'll do Gagan, but then after that I want to end with our. Let's do Gagan first.
Very quickly on Gagan.
Yeah.
Gagan got $1,500 as a check, as a tip in his restaurant. Somebody liked the food so much, they tipped in $1,500. Now 10% is the average, 10 to 20%.
$20, yeah.
Yeah. So he called the guy to check if it's authentic.
Dollars?
Yeah, $1,500 on
$1,500 US was his tip. Tip.
Did he do some sort of strip
No,
tease?
so it was
he
$1,500. So basically the bill is 50,000 baht and the tip is 49,000 baht.
So almost the same. Which translates to $1,500 to save time. And
gosh.
I just... these are wonderful human stories for me.
Yeah, I know. This is
$1,500.
right?
Yeah. Oof. Now I want to be a chef.
What would I do to get that kind of tip? Really?
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't want to go there because I've given up that life.
Hey, I'm Sagittarian, so
I don't know. I'm a tax
You're
consultant.
Ophiuchus?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. So I think we should end with our traffic woes.
Yeah. And when we record this, keep in mind we are in mid-season of our seasonal delights.
Delights, right.
We've had
Ramzan, we had Govinda, we had Ganpati.
Ganpati
We are
and
Mount
pending
Mary?
now-
Mount Mary-
Mount Mary
Mount Mary's-
starts
Mount
this
Mary
weekend.
starts this week. So it's just...
And now we are waiting
No, it actually
for
ends this weekend.
Dashera, Diwali, Durga Puja, by the way, has become big in Mumbai as well. And people listening to this anywhere in the world will understand.
Yeah.
So with all reverence and love for religion and...
Speak for yourself.
No, with all...
Don't say don't
My lawyer said
don't
we have to say this even if we're not
don't
talking
give
about
me
religion.
reverence and love.
My
Don't give
lawyer.
reverence and love from my behalf.
Reverence and love for religion that we have as a people,
As a people,
perhaps not
okay,
personally.
all right.
What the hell are we doing when it comes to the civic awareness of our
It is not.
Tell
entire
me
nation?
about it.
It's not Mumbai. This is everywhere.
No,
now.
it's the entire country. This is not
The
just
whole
Bombay.
country.
This is everywhere.
I know we keep coming back to traffic, but I think it's very symptomatic of where we are as a people.
Yeah.
We're not able to understand that this is a big issue and getting worse. It's like water. It's the same thing. It's just going to get worse.
No, but at least water, there is a solution in the horizon somewhere, right? I mean, if we can figure out ways to make seawater drinkable, which people are working
at the
on,
maths.
there's a solution there.
Look at the
Hello,
maths
this is
of
possible.
Visarjan.
They do it in the
The maths
Middle
of
East.
Visarjan, let's localize to what we do know, since we live and breathe here. In Mumbai, Visarjan on the final day, say in 1985 had 10,000 people attending, and that was huge, and people enjoyed and you watched and all that. Now just do the maths. Because the same area has millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions of people on Juhu Beach, millions of people on Chapati Beach, millions of people in Dadar, Versova, millions. Literally millions, not lakhs. Now, how do millions cope? It
is literally like the apocalypse is here.
Visarjan used to end at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then that's it. Now at 8 o'clock, we were still going strong. 8 o'clock in the morning
Yeah, you were
of the
telling
next
me
day.
that Lal Bagh Cha Raja was going
Marine
out at
Drive
8
was
in
a
the
mess
morning.
at 6:30. One of us goes to the gym in the morning. 6:30 Marine Drive was a mess.
Wait, Lal Bagh Cha Raja? I used to work when I was a radio one in Parel East, and we're really close to Lal Bagh. It's literally a sea of people. I can't see road. There's just people.
No, it's-
Just like
so-
people. And, you can't be on. You just cannot see anything else but people.
So what do we do? What's the solution?
I don't know. So my last month in leaving office has just been the most ridiculous imaginable.
You've lost all your hair, Amit.
I have nothing left. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It takes me an hour to travel 3 kilometers, and then the remaining 30 kilometers I get home in 20
I got
minutes.
caught in what is called Basi Eid traffic, which is now a new phenomenon where
that's a-
outsiders come in and wander around. That also causes traffic. For 1.5 hours, I got caught in a 6-kilometer stretch. 6 kilometers takes me about 20 minutes at that time. Took me about 1.5 hours.
So I also
Can I tell you, I live in Andheri. I'm screwed. Whatever happens, I'm screwed.
Can you use
Imagine
other
this.
terminology? Yeah.
Imagine this. Imagine during Visarjan time, I just Lokanwala half of it became a one-way. I had to go.
And to see a 45-year-old man cry,
I've been crying almost every day. I cry every day.
Okay, so
Guys,
two of us.
do you both need a hug? I'm gonna...
No, that won't
okay.
help. There was too much hugging going on outside. That was the problem.
No, but I'm like, it's so bad. It's so bad right now. I don't understand what to do about this, right? I mean, like,
there are 4 solutions. A, we leave Mumbai or India because everywhere is the same.
Yeah.
B, we send 50% of our population out of the cities and to another country like, say, Portugal and say, hey, hi, happy birthday. This is yours. C, we find a place to live and not leave it. So you don't experience any kind of...
basically never get out of your house?
You do your podcast or whatever, and the person talks to you from their computer, and we patch it together.
So basically never travel outside your house?
Because traveling is going to be the worst part of your day. It is. Many times it's the worst part of your day. Think about your last week. It's many times. You had a decent day, your meetings went well, your work went well, your love life, okay, whatever. But your travel, you just have bad days almost every day.
You know what? I went to one of my friends' a village in Karnataka called Hiranjalu, and no traffic, guys. Just no traffic.
That's now. Hiranjalu will become Mumbai in 20 years.
What happened to Pune? Like paradise.
Pune was lovely. What happened to Pune?
Literally like paradise.
What happened to Hyderabad? My mother-in-law lives in Hyderabad. What happened to Hyderabad?
Pune used to be so
Pune
good.
is a disaster. You
Pune
can't
is
enter
the
Pune. It takes you
worst
2
now.
hours to enter Pune.
Yeah.
So it's 3 hours to Pune, 2 hours to enter Pune. So 5 hours for what used to be 2 hours. And now it's faster because of the highway. That's what they tell us. So I got to tell you, urbanization sucks. And I blame the British. We were a nice bunch of villagers riding our elephants. We had big legs. Hamstrings were top. The old gonads got a bit of a rub on the old female elephant every day. Nobody went and harassed their wife. No drinking yourself drunk and going, boss hates me. Then the British came. And the only good thing they gave us was short pants and we don't wear them, except for the RSS. Who aren't British at all. So, I don't know, man. I blame the Europeans.
We can blame Europe for everything.
Lala tours.
Yeah. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
I think we're good.
I think we're done now.
Navigated the universe today and come to the point that life
we
sucks, and we hope to leave people in happy times and happy spirits. Let's have a hug now.
All right.
Yay!
Clothes optional.
Okay.
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 Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. If you have any questions, write to us online, and you can mail us as well. We will answer. We have a doctor in the house called Mae.
And that's what Cyrus says.
Time to talk travel stories and to talk you through travel stories without making a mistake, the one and only Ambika and Hoshna. Yes, their relationship is not approved by me, but their stories are. Check out new episodes on our IVM podcast apps. Happy listening, and fathers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Sorry to say, but there's been a slight delay due to the apocalypse having suddenly begun. As you can see, there's death, destruction, and chaos taking place all around us. But don't you worry, food and drinks will be served shortly, and I would recommend checking out IVM Podcasts to get some of your favorite Indian podcasts. We'll keep you going till this whole thing blows over. Thank you.